Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Kristen Anzuini.
And I'm Mike Biermeister. WBKB's Elijah Baker is back with part 2 of the National Popular Vote discussion with senior consultant Pat Rosensteel.
Do you think that the national popular vote is fair to states where they traditionally vote one party?
Yeah, I think it's absolutely fair. I mean, look, it's not just about Democrats being trapped behind blue walls in blue states, or Republicans being trapped behind blue walls, or Democrats being trapped behind red walls. I mean, when you think about a state like Oklahoma that overwhelmingly supports the Republican president, and they have like 47% turnout rates and participation rates during presidential years, it's probably because most Republican voters know that, well, whether we win by 470,000 votes or 690,000 votes doesn't really matter under the current system. Well, of course that would matter under a national popular vote for president. The same is true for a Democrat in Vermont. So what the national popular vote does is it makes every voter, like how much you win or lose every state, becomes politically relevant, and political relevance translates into influence with the White House, right? So at the end of the day, the real problem is in every presidential election, battleground state voters have a great deal of influence with the candidates and the president, and flyover state voters have none.
Now, one question that I have in the back of my mind is, the individual state can pull out of the compact. Is that correct?
Yeah. There's a withdrawal clause within the compact. Okay. So to understand interstate compacts, they're agreements amongst the states, right? And you have to pass the same bill. It's 888 words. Every one of the compacting states has passed it. And in there, there's a withdrawal clause, right? So if a state determines in future legislative sessions they want to withdraw from the National Popular Vote Compact, they can do that and presumably move back to their state-based winner.
But couldn't that be a problem if the individual state choose to pull out right before Election Day?
Now, they can't do that, okay? So the compact stipulates, if you read the compact, it's a 6-month period of time where you're locked in, right? And that's from July 20th of a presidential year through the 6-month period of time after the candidate sworn in that won the most popular votes in all 50 states, okay? So you can vote to withdraw at any time, but that withdrawal cannot take effect until after the president's sworn in, because the rules of the game are going to be set for the presidential election. Now, anytime a state withdraws and you dip below 270 electoral votes, right, all compacting states revert back to their previous statute until such time as you have 270 electoral votes. Right, so it's a state protection, right? The state continue to have the power to award electors, but it's also protection to all the other compacting states to say, well, hang on a second, if California decides to withdraw, which I don't think they will, I think everybody will like the system, but if they do, you don't go back to scratch, right? You can petition other states to join the compact as you build towards 270.